Salmanan. As I read something off Facebook, of this one lady's account, and I'm gonna try and read it here quickly. And this video, or this one at least, is more around a discussion. There's levels to this, or there's layers to this. Let me just read it. So it says, "Dear ladies," female wrote this, by the way. It says, "Dear ladies, if you are clocking 40 years old and not yet, and yet no husband is coming, look for a guy you love, either married or single, and let him knack you and impregnate you. You need a child that will look after you at old age. Don't let anyone deceive you. Marriage is not an achievement, and it's not everybody that will get married. You can be single with your own child and still be happy and fulfill your purpose here on earth. Stop waiting for somebody that may never happen. Stop waiting for something that may never happen. I'm only trying to make common sense." There was like 22,000 comments on this. And I was reading the comments. I really was. And I'd look at all the comments of people. Because on the surface level, you're like, "Oh, this is shit advice. This is shit advice. Why would you want to do that? You are raising a single moms or single whatever, dadless society." On the surface level, we get the negatives. But I was reading the comments. I was looking at a lot of the comments that were around shit advice were all written by girls that look, or women rather, that look in their mid-20s, late 20s, 30. And if you start reading the comments of sisters who look a little bit older, later 30s, early 40s, the comments start changing. Whenever you read any comment that you tend to disagree with on social media, I think you need to give yourself just 5 minutes just to take a deep breath and go. Initially, you might disagree with the person. Initially, you might think the person's talking shit. But you need to then, if you are interested in whatever topic, just ask yourself, where is this person coming from? I'm in my mid-30s. I've got friends in their mid-30s, male and females, who have no kids, who are single, who are not married. And not all of them want to have kids, and that's fine. But some yearn to have kids, some yearn to have a family, some yearn to get married, etc., etc. But as we all know, marriage or children is not for everyone. The difference here, when it comes to a woman in particular, is that with being married, you can get married when you're 80 years old, but you can't have a child, sister, when you're 80. Yeah, you can adopt, etc., etc., but you can't really have a child at age 80. And that then becomes the talking point. Is marriage achievement? For some, it's an achievement, let's be honest, and for some, it's not. Some people enjoy being single and being alone, and they find it. Some people hate it. That's something else. Some people want to have kids and some don't. What happens if you really want to have a child and you're approaching 40 and you're realizing the biological clock is ticking very, very fast? What do? She says a line here, look for a guy you love. Okay, sharp, he's married. Do you want to break up a happy house? I would assume many people don't. Many people might see that as wrong. But the reality is, there's many married men that go and impregnate other women, etc., etc. If you have found a guy that you love and he's married, already that tells me a lot that I need to know about that married man. Me now, I have a lot of older women in my DMs asking me, "Hey, I'm not trying to get involved in your life. I just want someone who looks like they've got good genes, that looks like they've got a level head to get me a child. I'm not interested in your money. I'm not interested in the support. Should you want to be involved in the child's life, perfect. If not, I just want to have a child." And I've had multiple proposals in that arena. And when it first came, I'd always get shocked. I'd be like, "Oh, Sisi are dodgy." Then you realize, or sister are already struggling with the concept of trying to find a good man, for them. Now you need to try and find a good man for you and a good father. Some are happy with a good man. Some will struggle with a good father. Some will get a good father but struggle with a good man. So what ladies are tending to do once they hit into their later later 30s, early 40s is that they want to just take control of their lives and say, look, let me stop having to chase for all of these things. Let me get myself a good man in the sense that he just wants to impregnate and then fine. Then I'll handle everything else. Ladies in their early 20s, maybe late 20s, early 30s are still living under this IVF dream. I'm going to freeze my eggs, I'm going to get IVF. They haven't done the research that sisters who are in their later 30s have done. The cost, the probabilities of it catching, unless you have 150,000 Rand just lying around, maybe IVF is not for you. There's so many processes. Freezing your eggs, it's layered. People just hear about it on social media and then say, oh, I'm going to do that. Do the research. Speak to a right specialist. It's going to cost you like 1.5 just to sit with a specialist and unpack those things. So again, for the sisters who are in their later 30s, earlier 40s, they don't have that privilege. So I'm not saying they should do this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that this is a good conversation starter around youth and privilege, youth being 30 and below, and the guys within their mid-age or leaning towards it with the biological clock ticking. Let's have those discussions. For me, I believe in kids. I believe in trying our best to look after our kids. If first prize would be mom and dad, loving relationship, white picket fence, living together, that's first prize. Not all of us have that privilege. Sharp. Some of us need to make do. Some of us really love kids. We want to have a lot of kids, but unfortunately we're struggling to find the right partner. What do we do? So again, within the comments, just comment, just say, without too much emotion, just comment and say, these are my thoughts. This is how I would look at it. I posted this on my Instagram. I posted this on my WhatsApp. I posted this on Twitter. So just, if you haven't read it, just go into my Twitter, have a look, scroll down, have a look, and just read it, and then you can comment and then share it, and then let's have that discussion. But these discussions need to be had because the sisters, they're getting pregnant with your man. Sharp guys, have yourselves a fantastic day.